Hey guys, Game Ross here. Welcome to another of my 30 Chaos budget build guide. And in this video, I'm going to talk about my new favorite minion build, Chain of Command Scion. And I have a lot of items to talk about, so let's just go right to the build guide. For the unique items, first is this Chain of Command Chainmail. And it says here, basically your Animate Guardian, whenever it kills an enemy, you will summon its weapon as animate weapon. It's like this. Those are the animate weapon, and each of these animate weapon has a chance to trigger, basically the same as animate guardian, but only has a 10% chance. But since you're gonna have a lot of this animate weapon, that 10% is a lot. And also it says here, Animate Guardian deals 5% increased damage per animate weapon. For my gloves, I'm using this Flesh and Spirit gauntlets, mainly just for the rampage. And for the weapon, I'm using the Scourge, because this weapon increase the minions attack speed and increase minion damage if you have hit recently. For my shield, I'm using this Victorious Charity, so my minions can gain power and transit charge. And for my amulet, I'm using this Siberet amulet, which gives the minions increase maximum life, increase movement speed, and increase damage. And those are all the unique items that I'm wearing, and my rare items are just basic life and resist. And for your helmet, try to get this bone helmet, because it has a increased minion damage. And now let's talk about the Animate Guardians items. And first of all the stats of these items are going to apply to the Animate Guardian. And the first item is this Oros Sacrifice, which is, I think, is the best weapon for this build, because it says here it will increase the accuracy, which the minions really needs. And also it has a very huge amount of fire damage, a very good attack speed, 20% chance to ignite. Also it has Calling Strike against burning enemies, and chance to gain frenzy charge every time attack ignites an enemy. And for the gloves, I'm using this Loctonial Caress gauntlets, which increase the attack speed and also 10% chance to gain power, frenzy, and endurance charge on kill. And also it has Conduit, which means whenever your Animate Guardian gain power or frenzy or endurance charge, the Animate Guardian will share those charges to nearby allies. And for the helmets, I'm using the Bringer of Rain, which it says here Socketed Gems are supported by, which means the Animate Guardian are supported by melee physical damage, faster attacks, and blind. And also it has a really good amount of maximum life. And it says here that can't use chest armor, which I think doesn't apply to the Animate Guardian, because as you can see, my Animate Guardian is wearing an armor. And speaking of armor, I'm using this Blood Bond, which I think is perfect for Animate Guardian, because it says here it has 25% increased maximum life, and minion have 29% increased maximum life, which means the Animate Guardian will have a total of 54% increased maximum life. And you're really going to want your Animate Guardian to be very tanky, because you know when your Animate Guardian dies, you're gonna have to buy all of this stuff again. And for the boots, I'm using Victorious Flight, mainly just because of the 10% increased movement speed for you and nearby allies. And for the flask, I'm using these reading jars, because whenever you use it, two worms come out of it, and the Animate Guardian will kill those worm and turn it to animate weapon. So yeah, mainly because of this, the reason for this reading jars is so you will never run out of those Animate Guardians. I mean animate weapons. For my gem setups, in my chain of command, I'm using Elemental Focus, Multi-Strike, Minion Speed, Minion Damage, and Elemental Damage with attacks. And all of this support gem will apply to those animate weapons. And yeah, it doesn't really have to be linked to each other. In my gloves, I have Animate Guardian with Fortify, Minion and Totem Elemental Resistance, and Combustion. So whenever my Animate Guardian ignites an enemy, that enemy will have a reduced fire resistance. And in my weapon, I have Whirling Blades, Faster Attacks, and Fortify. In my helmet, I have Scorching Ray, Spell Totem, Faster Attack, and faster casting, and multiple totems. And in my shield, I have Flammability, Convocation, and Storm Brand, so I can apply that Elemental Equilibrium. And on my boots, I have War Banner for more accuracy, Precision for more accuracy, Anger for more fire damage, and Generosity. For the Ascendancy, I'm using Scion, and I went to the Pathfinder mainly just because of the flask charges every 3 seconds. And then I went to the Necromancer for the increased skill effect duration, minion damage, and 3% increased attack and cast speed per active auras. And then you can either go to Path of the Ranger or Path of the Witch. Doesn't really matter, you just really want those passive skills. For the skill tree, I went through this elemental resistance and grabbed this skill effect duration also here, and then I grabbed this elemental equilibrium, and then this necromantic aegis, so all the stats of my shield will apply to my minions. And then just grab those life nodes here, here, and then those minion nodes here. And for the jewels, I'm using this anatomical knowledge, and I'm using 3 of those here, mainly just because I don't think that I have enough maximum life. But if you want, you can just buy those minion damage jewels. And that's it for this build guide. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will see you on the next video.